I don't, there's a lot of what ifs there, but I'd have to think that if it wasn't him, somebody else would have come forward and did something to protect our land and stuff. Would it be the same? Probably not. I think every icon that's done something over the years is locked it in a certain way. But I don't know. I have no idea what it would be like without the things he did.
Yeah, he definitely changed the landscape of the United States when it comes to public lands and wildlife. Um,
I'd
yeah,
like to go further. I wish we could find a way to get people organized enough to go after the legislators to make public land always public. So
yeah,
once public, always public. I really wanted to start an organization to do that. I just don't have the time to start another business, and I'm just
yeah,
getting too old for that crap. I wish somebody else would, and I would support it fully. But somebody should do that and really work with legislators and stuff to get that through. I tried a little bit. I emailed and called legislators and stuff, and they're all like, "No, we want the ability to sell public land. We want to be able to sell it if it's in a bad situation." And blah, blah, blah. I mean, you could put clauses in it. The trouble with clauses is when there's a clause, they'll find a way to use it for something totally they shouldn't. But like a landlocked clause or something like that. But I see them selling properties like crazy, and then using the money to do stuff like make trails to walk through other properties and stuff. And I mean, the new biologist we have in Jefferson County, Wisconsin, just drives me nuts. I mean, he's out taking bedding areas at deer bedding and leveling them and building ponds, and then selling properties and saying, well, nobody used that property. And everybody I know hunted there. It's
yeah.
like, it's crazy, and there's no surveys, there's no working with the people. So, Teddy did a lot, but there's a lot more we could do.
Yeah, and I'm sure we've slowly fallen to the wayside over the years too, like everything else. Um, Man, me and my wife were driving. We went and cut some wood yesterday, and we were driving back, and just the amount of this isn't on public land, none of it was, but I mean, down this one road, we probably saw 6 different wood lots that the farmers were working on shoving them in and burning them. Just like it almost like it's one of the saddest things for me. Like I don't know why it gets me so like aggravated, but it's just I'm like, why do we have to push in this fence for like, is it really
Right,
worth?
right here, I see that here all the time. These farmers will try to get every inch of land they can
Yeah,
to get another 3 corn rows up or something, and
yeah,
they'll push down fence rows. They'll cut down all the trees to get a little more sun to the edges.
yeah,
And that's another thing is it'd be nice to be able to do something where we could set aside a certain percentage of farmland. Like if you're going to own a
yeah.
farm, the percentage stays natural.
That's it. Right, right. And I think there are some programs like that. I know the farmer that has the property I hunt. He had it in that CRP program, the set aside program. But
Mm.
then he told me this year or last year, I guess, that it's not worth it to him to keep it in it, so he's getting out of it and tearing it down, putting it in crops.
And I kind of agree with those programs. And the reason
Yeah.
is if you make a law like you have to leave 10% of your land natural,
Hmm.
it kind of goes against the grain of what I believe in for freedom. You know,
Yeah. But they're
but if we
paying you for it.
exactly if there's a program and they're paying you, and it's a choice, but it's a choice you'd want to make based on the program, I think that's a better route to go.
Yeah.
But if we never sold public land, there'd be a lot of people willing to chip in to buy more land.
Hmm.
Last thing, like look at it like this. I mean, there's people around here where like a guy will be dying and he's got no relatives, and he'll
Hmm.
donate his land to the DNR, and they might just turn it around, sell it, and use the money for some project the governor has. Because in Wisconsin, the governor runs the DNR and he gets the money, and what he does with it doesn't have to be property related. So I would like to see that land protected. And then if it was protected, a guy could go out and chip in money to buy property or do a fundraiser to put money towards buying property. And that property would stay public. You know what I mean? But when you don't know if it's going to stay public, why would you want to be involved in that? I mean, the biggest swamp we got around here is the Jefferson Marsh, and that's like 3 miles across. And the guy who owned that, I believe it was called Muck Farms, he sold that for under $4 million, where that property was worth way more than that, because that's all the DNR could afford to make that, to leave it public kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, but or to make it public so that the public could enjoy it, because the guy wanted to do that. Now, how do you think that guy would feel after taking that big loss if they turn around and they start selling chunks of that?
Yeah, right. Feel like he's getting screwed over.
Right. Once public, always public.
Yep. If you guys want to learn more about some of the stuff Theodore Roosevelt and kind of how the North American wildlife in America came about, if you watch, it's called Stars in the Skies on Netflix. It goes over all of it in pretty good detail. I think it's something Steve Rinella put together, but it's like a hour and a half long documentary about it. It's pretty good. If you want to watch more videos, there's options here and here. And if you want to subscribe, you can just click right here.